Hey, it's Dave here. Thank you for watching the video. Today, we're going to talk about what is my life purpose, or how do I know my life purpose? So this on the surface would seem like a really, really big question, something with very far implications about how your life is going to unfold. But because it's such a large question, sometimes it can bring about a lot of fear and anxiety with it. So let's just simplify it a little bit and just bring it back down to earth. The main thing I want you to think about, there's a couple things, but the first thing I want you to think about, if you are starting to ask yourself these questions about what is my purpose in life, and how do I know that and how do I follow it, the most important thing is actually not to answer that question first, but to look at why that question is even arising in the first place. So usually that question, how do I know my purpose in life, usually comes in a phase in your life when there is a lot of inner transformation happening and a lot of inner change. And the things that you used to like, or you used to believe in, or used to work for you may not do so much anymore. And because of that, you start to doubt yourself, and there's a lot of confusion, and sometimes you can feel a little bit lost. And so you start to ask yourself these big questions, and now these questions are designed to drive you into yourself so you can start to really figure out who you are, and then operate from that place. So it's really key then that if you are asking yourself these questions, like how do I know my purpose in life, and you do feel like you're maybe not quite where you belong in life, which is a sign of that inner transformation, it is really, really important that you allow that transformation to fully blossom and fully bloom and to become the next identity and version of who you are and how you operate in the world. Because if you rush to that answer, what is my purpose in life, and you've got to define it and you've got to have a value for it, and you want that certainty, but the inner transformation hasn't taken place yet, you're going to waste a whole lot of time and energy going off on a path, on a tangent, that's going to waste a lot of energy, be very unfulfilling. And in the end, when that transformation does sort of come to fruition, you're going to end up coming back to the path of who you are anyways and moving forward from that point. So just make sure that you're really certain in yourself before you move on with quote unquote your life purpose. So when you're going through this inner transformation and identity shift, start asking yourself the important questions. What did I like that maybe doesn't do it for me anymore? What values used to mean something to me but don't anymore? What priorities that I used to have that don't mean so much to me anymore? What environment do I want to be in? What are my gifts, and have my gifts changed, and am I using them to their fullest extent? So these are the kind of questions you ask yourself to build a clear sort of new identity for yourself that you can step forward from into your purpose. So if you feel like you're going through this inner transformation, don't worry too much about finding your purpose in life. Just your purpose is to be with this transformation right here and now and allow that to come to fruition, and then take the next step from there. But don't jump too far ahead in the future, because you don't know where the transformation is going to take you. So in general, the things that you enjoy in your life without attachment to an outcome, whenever you feel that in an action that you're taking, that is your soul screaming at you, yes, this is what I want to experience. This is what I want to do. And when you feel that without any attachment to the outcome, and that's key, because we enjoy things, but we often attach money to the outcome, or we attach success to the outcome, or we attach having someone like us to the outcome, or a whole number of things. We do the action and we like it for those outcomes, but if you didn't have any particular outcome whatsoever, you just like the action just for the purpose of doing it by itself, that is the space that you want to be in. And that, like I said, that's your soul screaming at you, yes, do this. And when you feel that joy, then that is your clue that you are on the right path in life. And if you are on the right path in life, then you are definitely on purpose, 100%. And you just have to learn to trust that, because you don't always know where it's going to take you. And the last point I want to make is that sometimes we get a little lost, and sometimes we take for granted the things that we have in life. Sometimes we sort of forget to appreciate them, or just stress takes over, or energy gets low. And we are still on our purpose, but we forget. We forget what really means something to us. And so usually that's indicative or representative of a distorted belief system or perception in your own head. And always, always, always try and find peace and harmony with the situation that you have at hand, if you can. Because sometimes it's just you're not seeing things in the right way. And once you get some more information, it clicks in your head, and then all of a sudden you're just, you're with the situation that you're in, and you're finally appreciating it, and you're finally grateful for it, and you know what you have right in front of you, and then you don't have to worry about your purpose anymore, because you're back in that place of joy and back in that place of certainty and confidence about who you are and what you are about. So sometimes we can just drift off a little bit mentally. So number one, if that happens, distorted perception that's preventing you from experiencing joy in the present moment, because joy can always be had in the present moment if you search for it. And two, sometimes there is a distorted perception or belief system that is keeping you stuck in a situation that is no longer reflective of your joy. And your joy is going to be pursued on another path, but there's a dysfunctional belief that prevents you from moving forward. And a big one for a lot of people is just money. They just don't fear, they have the fear of, not being safe and not being secure. And that's very valid for sure. But sometimes it can just keep you stuck in a situation that prevents you from moving forward and pursuing actions that would be more joyful for you. So that's my take. You don't really have to know what your overarching purpose in life. All you have to know is, does this bring me joy in the moment without any attachment to outcome? And can I just keep following that and trust that it's going to take me on the right path? And as you do that, it will take you to one experience and another, and that will all unfold in a way that will bring you fulfilling life, but that will also keep you on purpose in your life. And then as you look at the pattern over time, you'll finally be able to say, oh yeah, there you go. That was, that makes sense. This is why I was here. This was my purpose in life. So try not to get too overwhelmed with the specific answer to that question. Just go within yourself, know who you are, know what you enjoy, and know any distorted perceptions or belief systems that are preventing you from experiencing joy in the present moment. And then you can be on purpose. All right. Thank you for watching. Take care.